Hey everyone, I'm Kairos and I'm a developer at Antihero Studios. We're an indie startup game studio and our #1 goal is to make games worth sharing. In this video, I wanted to show you the first game that we're making. It's called Misfits, and I've got an important disclaimer here that what I'm about to show you is actually very much a work in progress. Misfits is currently in pre-alpha, which means that I'm showing it to you like way sooner than most studios would show their game with people. We want to do things differently here at Antihero Studios, and that includes making the game with the community and applying your feedback earlier than most game studios do. So let's jump right in. Misfits is a top-down shooter, okay? The controls are very similar to other top-down shooters on mobile like Brawl Stars. So if you played a game like Brawl Stars before, you definitely have a skill advantage over other players who haven't. But trust me when I say that this game is very different than Brawl Stars. You've got to deal with PvE mobs while playing both with and against other players. Also, the map is much bigger and offers a lot more depth. And instead of like a 3v3 or a 10-man free-for-all, Misfits at its core is a social extraction game. Simply put, your goal is to jump into a match, grab loot and gear upgrades from chests and enemies, and then get out alive. Doing so might be harder than you might think though, because if you lose all your health and you die, rather than extracting with all the loot that you picked up, you drop all of it on the ground instead, and other players can take it for themselves. That includes the gear that you bring into the match. So every player you run into is a potential enemy trying to steal your stuff, but they're also a potential shiny loot chest if you are able to take them out and grab their loot and extract successfully. Might sound kind of intense. It can get intense, but you don't have to play alone. In fact, I would encourage you to not play alone. Not saying that you have to grab a friend to play this with, because you can actually team up when you run into another player. You just send them a team up request, not before the match, like in the match. And then if they accept it, friendly fire is going to be turned off for you and your new friend. And then you guys can work together to grab loot and extract successfully. But you should probably be careful because either player can choose to end the alliance at any time, right? So like if you pick up something really super rare or you're like low on HP, they might be like, this could be a good opportunity to kill you and take all your stuff, right? You do have a little bit of a warning you'll see in the upper right hand corner of the screen that says, you know, so-and-so is ending the team or whatever, but you do have to pay attention because it's pretty easy to get taken off guard, right? So the only time that you're actually truly safe is after you successfully extract. Now, just because there are advantages to playing with other people doesn't mean that you might not want to play solo. Solo is actually really great if you want to focus on just like opening up chests, killing some PvE mobs, especially because it means that you get to keep 100% of the loot that you find. You don't have to share it with anybody, right? It does make you a little bit of an easy target for anyone already playing in a duo. As long as you don't get cornered, you can usually do really well solo as well. But our goal at Antihero Studios is to actually make highly social multiplayer games. And there are actually some cool perks of playing with other people besides just strength and numbers. The more you play with someone, the more your friendship level will increase with that person. Okay, so higher friendship levels actually can boost your luck, which can help you get better loot. And that better loot's gonna be good, you know, permanent progression as well as upgrades to your gear, right? And I should also mention that on top of getting better gear, a big reason to play is to actually collect relics. Relics are going to play a critical role in long-term progression and are heavily tied into the lore of Misfits. Relics are going to be like the best to get. Those are kind of the basics to Misfits, but there's a lot more to the game. For those of you who want more specifics, I'm going to link a video below to one of our creators who made a really good guide to Misfits, which I do recommend watching before you play. Give you good advantage, right? For those of you who just want to play it by yourself, I'm going to put another link below for you to sign up for our next playtest. And that next playtest actually starts today. We're doing a 2-week playtest right now, and after that playtest is over, we're going to continue doing playtests probably every week or so. That might change. But seriously, sign up today. Give it a try. Let us know what you think. I've actually been looking forward to this playtest for a while now because we've added a lot of different stuff like crafting materials that you can use to create your own gear. There's also like a power tree that you can use to upgrade your characters as well. And that power tree can actually be reset so that you can try different builds with different characters and stuff like that. It's really interesting in my opinion. And while I've messed around with it on the developer build, I'm actually like really excited to play it on an account that I actually care about getting progression on. And if there's anybody watching right now that just wants to wait until the game is more fleshed out before you try it, that's totally fine. No worries. worries at all, you're going to want to subscribe to this channel for more updates, because one of my goals with this YouTube channel is to cover the story of the game as we develop it. Like I said, we want to show you guys the game way sooner than most other game studios do, because we want to make a game that you want to play, a game that is worth sharing. That means having you test the game early enough so that we can take your feedback to make it into a game that you would want to share. Not just like sharing with other people as well, by the way, but I mean like a game that you want to like sit down on the couch and play with a friend, right? Because like you share the game with each other, right? It's a way that you guys connect over a game, or you guys get the idea, right? Now, we're not there yet. That's totally fine because we're just getting started. But I do definitely think the game is worth giving a chance, even though we're in such an early stage of development. There's something really fun about teaming up with another random player. Like you just run into somebody and you're like, hey dude, we're in this dystopian future place, like trying to gather loot. Like you wanna be buddies instead of like kill each other? It's like, it's fun. Then you have to work together. You get some good loot while carefully avoiding losing it before extracting. And the game has a lot of really fun, chill moments, but sometimes the extractions can also get really hard to pull off, especially if there's some hyper aggressive players nearby. Maybe you want to be the hyper aggressive player. Like maybe you want to be the person that has like stonewalls everybody off from the extraction point and you're killing everybody and grab their loot before you go. You can absolutely play like that. It's way fun. I also really like one feature about the game is that any player can actually choose to save you from death, whether they're on your team or not. Technically in the game, you actually have 2 health bars, right? You have your first health bar, which will slowly restore if you don't attack or take damage long enough. But if you lose that first health bar, then you get knocked down onto the ground. If you are downed, then you have a second bar that will slowly deplete over time and can be damaged by enemies if they attack you, right? So you can lose it really fast, actually. But if somebody stands by you before that second bar depletes and they stand by you for long enough, then it will actually bring you back from the brink of death. So yes, if somebody denies your team up request, you can kill them to assert your dominance and then give them a second chance to be like, okay, you sure you don't want to play with me? Because I'll kill you for real this next time, right? You know, it's funny. That's just like one example about how we want to make the game like highly social, right? But that's just one way we're doing that. Another way we're making this really social is that we are allowing essentially free trade, right? You can share any loot that you pick up with a teammate. So if you play a lot and your friend just got started, you can give some of them free gear that like, you know, you've kind of like got this nice collection of gear that you don't really care about much, and you can just give it to them. And for them, they'll be like, oh my gosh, this gear is so great. Like you give them a really good head start like that. Like, I don't know. It's just some really fun, interesting social elements to the game because we're designing the game with the intention of building connection between players. The game's not perfect though. It can be pretty devastating when you go in with really great gear or you like find an awesome upgrade and you try to go and extract, but then you get taken out before you can extract. It's actually one of those things that we still need to do to somehow improve the new player experience, especially if you find yourself on a losing streak, right? If that happens to you when you first play, don't get too frustrated. We're still working out the kinks. Please share your feedback on the best ways you think that we could do that in ways that are actually fun and interesting. But keep in mind that while new gear actually looks shiny and new, and it definitely helps make you stronger against PvE mobs, it actually does very little to help you make stronger against other players. For fighting against other players, most of what's going to determine the winner is actually going to come down to skill rather than like who has the better upgrades and gear and stuff like that, right? So my biggest tip for any new players really is to team up with somebody every time you play. And like I said, you don't even have to team up with them before you go into a match, since you can team up with them mid-match. And if you see me in a match, definitely send me a team up request, and I'm most likely going to accept it unless I'm like, I don't know, filming something. I don't know. I might not be able to, but I want to play with you guys. So yeah, send me a team up request. Just be warned though, if you try and pick a fight with me and my teammate, you might want to be careful because I'm not going to go easy on you, right? I will take you out and take all of your gear. Now, before I end this video, I really want to know what your first impression of Misfits is, just after seeing what you've seen right here, right? Please leave it in the comment section below. Your first impressions are super important to us, even if you decide to never play the game. In fact, if you, like, especially if you decide to never play the game, right? We want to hear your feedback, and please feel free to be brutally honest. We already know that some things, you know, don't look polished and we still have a long ways to go, but we want to hear your initial thoughts so that we can shape the game according to that, right? You can even come back to this video after playing it to share your feedback as well. I'm going to be reading every comment on this video for the next week or two. So the comment section is a great place to share your thoughts. But if you want to get some attention from the other game devs, then our Discord server is probably the best place for you to go to. I'll link it in the pinned comment and description of this video to make it easy for you to join. Again, make sure you guys subscribe for more updates on the game as we go, and make sure you check out this video right here for a beginner guide to Misfits made by Ryan the Cat. He's one of our Antihero creators. And check out this video if you're interested on my story and why I joined Antihero Studios. It also has information on the Antihero Creator Program as well. A lot of great content to see. Until next time though, we'll see you in Misfits.